good morning, everyone. For this activity, for stage number 4, we're going. My team and me, I going to talk about different terms about the head of agreement. Uh, uh, the head of agreement about of the drill pipe inspection using the new technology in the world. This presentation is to talk about the head of agreement for different contracts. I present this service or by our different clients. Okay, Jonathan, we're going to talk about the parties. Jonathan.
Good morning. My name is Jonathan Vargas. The concept to correspond told to me is parties, start date, duration, in naturals of license IP. Parties. The contract will be developed between Guacamoya Oil Service Company, located in the city of Neiva, and the Copetrol Company, including its subsidiaries located the national territory. That license is company dedicated to exploration of natural gas and oil, and its interest is ultrasound inspection technology with the IRIS system. By licensor Guacamaya Oil Service Company to improve the quality of its process. Start date. The start date is November 30, 2022. Duration. The license grain under this contract will have maximum term of 3 years, begin valid from the date issues. The technology is made renewed for additional term and renewal term if this agreement is not breached. Nature of the license. The license has natures of scaled patent rating of exploration license in the commercial contract by which party. And work schedule is the work schedule begins of November 30 with the signing of the agreement, later a placing of the work, training, delivering, manual monitoring, and testing. Um, okay, this all.
Okay, I will going to talk about the work stew. For this contract, it's necessary to manage different screws about to complement this contract. The work screw begins on November 13 with the signing of the agreement. Later, the exploration work, training, delivery of manual monitoring and testing periods will be carried out the Guacamaya Oil Service Company. We're going to use different codes. The code is for a different part. We're going to do the different payments about that is concerned for maintenance expenses. During the terms of this contract, the company or client will be responsible for the expenses delivered for the payment of the annuities or keep the patent in force. The Guacamaya Oil Service Company will be make these payments. This payment we're going to charge begin paid by the company at the request of the Guacamaya Oil Service Company. Other costs that is to assuming the client is the tax liabilities. The company will be responsible for all tax charges that may fall out of the manufactured and commercial exploitation of the objects of the patent. Uh, Also, we need to use different royalties. This is some are costs about the use of for this technology. The amount of and payment terms as consideration for the exploitation rights licensing, the company will pay Guacamaya to Guacamaya Oil Service a royalty of 5% of the net value of the sales of products and service related to ultrasonic inspection. In accordance with the patent object of the license, the net value of the sale will be understood as the invoice value of the service rendered of the product and service provided by the company to these clients inside and outside the national territory, excluding transportation expenses to their destination and other unrelated to value in factory docks of the goods supplies. Until there are no sale of the aforementioned products of this are less than 120,000 US dollars per year. The company will pay the company Guacamaya Oil Service the fixed amount of 45 US dollars or euros per semester. This is the minimum royalty that the company will be to assuming about this cost. The payment schedule, Ecopetrol and its affiliates using the ultrasonic pipe inspection service agreed that payment requests will be handled as follows. The certification of delivery of the goods and our service to be billed within 10 years of submission, as long as you have no obligation in relation to it. In the event in the event of difference that prevent reaching an agreement on all the goods and our service to be invoiced, the parties will seek a certification of delivery of good and service to invoice that only contain the value, no discussions, and will be to try to solve it as soon as possible, the difference values in discussion. Once the payment has been agreed, they must be distributed in a period not exceeding 5 business days, and the value will be defined in dollar through the representative rate of the day at the signing of the disbursement. About the licensing option, under the franchise agreement, the franchisor grant the franchises. Guacamaya will going to do different authorization to present and quality support and support for the service and name of the company, as well as to use its and technology and inspection process through ultrasonic process in its different value and service line. Guacamaya also gives an authorization to use the knowledge and system register in the pipe inspection manual using ultrasonic system. Referred to in referencing this document in the contract. In addition to the rights granted with the franchisees for the franchises, under this agreement, the franchisor agreed to provide permanent assistance to the franchisees through to the terms for this contract and to develop their activities with the quality and characteristics of the franchisor business. It delivered to the franchisees of the manual guidelines and the whole documents that regular this, this service exploration of the franchises and modification that is very with respect to them. Also, it's necessary to provide the franchises with updated quality certification and calibration certificate for the equipment that we need to use for this service. Okay, about the right of the first refusal, the offers and right the first refusal when received an offer from another party. You have an after the licenses to the first party in the first party rejects the offer. You can accept the offer of the second part. The scope of the licenses, the scope of for this agreement is to clear that only licensor shall have to power to make on-chain or deliberate and other modification to the software, and well as that only licensor and licenses. The exclusivity, the right to use this application is transferred during the time agreement in the negotiation without the right of exploration or save the other organization. The liability, the licensing holder is held to responsibility for the improper use of the same and the elaboration of any application budget of in. The amount of compensation is one thousand legal monthly minimum wage. Okay, and Diego, we're going to talk about the other terms.
Good morning. My name is Diego Cuellar. The concepts that correspond to me are warranty of license, patents, ownership and intellectual property, and ownership of improvements. We start with a warranty of license of patents. The, pan, the patent holder has the obligation to exploit the patent invention directly or that a person authorized by him. This wise to skip the patent in force, he must pay the corresponding periodic fees or annuality in the timeline manner. The ownership of the intellectual property protects the band and the contracted software. It is assumed whatever acquires the license is the final owner of the product, taking charge of animal use or individual use of the equipment. Ownership of improvements. All modification, alter, alteration, and improvements made of or added to the installation are carried by the user that alter the proper function of the equipment will automatically void the warranty and sub of the brands. In that event, the brand requires modification. This will be carried off by professional technical person of the company, and everything will be done under the supervision and control of the brand. Finish.
Okay, and this is all for our presentation. Thank you a lot for your attention. Good day.
Good day.